Welcome to a new Photoshop CC tutorial. In this video I'll show you how you can create a cartoon from an image. This can be an image of yourself or somebody else. For example, I've used Obama. So first of all, load your image into Photoshop. Next you want to ensure that your background colour is set to black. To do that, click here and then drag this little circle down into the bottom right corner and press OK. Next, click your brush tool from here and change the pixel size to approximately 5 pixels and use a hardness of 100%. Once you've done that, go ahead and select your pen tool from down here. And now create a new layer from down here. And then using your pen tool, simply trace along the features of the face. So here I'm just going to draw around the chin. You don't have to be too accurate with this, but it does help to be as accurate as you can possibly be. And once you've traced along the feature, simply right click and select stroke path. Ensure this is set to brush and then hit OK. Continue to trace the rest of the features of the face in the same way. The eyebrows are done slightly differently, which I shall show you in a moment. So now onto the eyebrows. Trace around the eyebrows the same way as before, but this time, instead of stroke path, we want fill path. Ensure this is set to foreground colour, and then hit OK. Repeat the same step for the other eyebrow, of course, and I'm just going to fast forward while I trace around the rest of the features of the face. Okay, now that I've traced around all the outlines, we're going to add some colour. To do this, create a new layer, ensuring it's underneath your outline layer. Then select the pipette tool over here and select a skin colour from your original image. Then select your brush tool and change the brush to a bigger size, as it doesn't matter about keeping it in the lines, as you'll see. So then just colour in all the skin as I'm doing here. And then once all your skin is coloured in, select the magic wand tool from over here. Then select your outline layer. And then left click on areas you don't want to be skin coloured. So here I'm clicking on the background, and then I'm going to hold shift and click on the areas of his suit, as obviously I don't want those to be skin coloured either. Once you've selected all the areas, click on your skin layer and then choose your eraser tool. Change the brush to a bigger size and then simply erase the areas you don't want to be skin coloured. Thanks to the magic wand tool, it doesn't erase the face, which we do obviously want skin coloured. Now we're going to do the hair in exactly the same way. Create a new layer, select the pipette tool, get a hair colour from your original image, select your brush tool and paint over the areas of hair. Once you've painted in all areas, select your magic wand tool, select your outline layer and then click the areas that you don't want to be coloured in. Once you've selected those areas, choose your eraser tool, go back to your hair colour layer and then simply erase the areas you don't want the hair colour to be. Again, thanks to the magic wand tool, the hair stays in place. Now I'm going to show you how to do the eyes. Create a new layer and change your foreground colour to white. Choose a smaller brush size, as this requires a little more accuracy than what we've been doing, and then just paint the eye area in white. Then for the eye colour, you can either get this from your original image, or if you know the person's eye colour, you can choose it from the colour palette as I do. The image of Obama isn't very high res, so his eye colour comes up as purple, which obviously it isn't. So I decided to choose a brown colour from the colour palette. Using this colour, paint in the iris. Once you've done this, we can add the pupil of the eye. Change your foreground colour to black. Change your brush hardness to 0%. And use a brush size that almost touches the edge of the iris. Click around 3 to 4 times to create a realistic looking pupil. Next, to add an extra layer of realism to the eyes, change your foreground colour to white and turn down the size of the brush so it's really small. Then just click once in the upper right hand corner of the eye, and this then looks like a light reflection. Now let's continue painting the rest of the image. Create a new layer. Select the pipette tool. Choose the colour from your original image. Select your brush tool. Paint in over the area. Select your magic wand tool and then the outline layer. Select the areas you don't want to be coloured in. Go back to your colouring layer and then erase the areas you don't want to have colour. We're just going to repeat this now for the rest of the image, so I'll skip that as I'm sure you know what to do by now. If not, just rewind and watch it again. So I'll see you in a sec. Okay, now you've coloured in your cartoon image, we need to change a few settings on the original image. Click your original image layer, and then along the top click Image, Adjustments, Hue/Saturation, and turn your saturation all the way down to the bottom. Hit OK. Then along the top, click Filter, Filter Gallery, and then Artistic, and then Cut Out. You can alter this setting, the number of layers here, depending on what you think looks okay, as all images will be different. Around 4 to 5 layers usually looks good. Once you're satisfied with the number of layers, hit OK. Now, just above the layers, where it says normal, is what's called the blending mode. Click the blending mode and change it to hard light. Then, drag your original image all the way to the top, placing it just underneath your outline layer. Turn the opacity of this layer down to around 50%, usually looks good. And once you've done this, we can add a background to our image. I'm just going to add a nice blue sky background. So create a new layer, change your foreground colour to a blue sky, and then paint over the image where you want the blue sky to appear, same as we did before. Now select this layer and drag it all the way to the bottom. There may be some parts of the original image still showing through, so we can just tidy these up with the eraser tool. And now we're finished. There you go. That's how you can cartoon yourself or any other image in Photoshop CC. Hope you've enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you liked it. Have a good day.